Wildcard Custom Paint Pimp. Day's Wednesday, 7:58. This is called TCB, taking care of business in the flash. That's what Tommy Shoe been doing today, because when you got to do what you got to do, you got to do it. This is, let me shut this fan off. It is, what, 8 o'clock? Yeah, that's what I said. 8 o'clock. And as everybody knows, Tommy Shoe is living on borrowed time. When dark falls within an hour, about 9 o'clock, Mama's car's got to be in this bay, because Haggerty will not cover our car if it's not in the locked garage. Okay, let's move on to the program. I brought this in here because if I planned on bringing the red one in here and then putting the motor in. I didn't want to pull the motor over there, so I pulled the motor. Bam! I pulled the motor out. Then I realized the motor's hanging here with the transmission, and the cherry picker's not mine, it's my dad's, and I do what I say I'm going to do it. I bring it back as soon as possible. This is how much that frame is whacked. There is no jack stand underneath that. The motor was holding it down. Pretty weird, ain't it? There ain't nothing holding that car up. That's how much that frame's tweaked. This is what I noticed today too. Where are we at? Is that big crack? Let me get in focus a little bit. That was, I showed you the inside. That's outside the crack. And like I showed you yesterday, the hull for the transmission is different. This is getting tight in here real quick. Real quick. And here's my goal. Tomorrow, I hope. We'll see. I need to pull that rear end out of that car, pull that rear end of that car, swap them over, and this has got to go to my dad's house. I did some price checking on parts and vets. I'm gonna do all right. Anyway, let's just move on. And I figured I was gonna break the motor down and put it on a motor stand. Really? I was gonna put it on a motor stand. I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna have room. So here's some parts for the vet. They come from the red one. I just cut that out real quick. And I'm glad I took the cross member out, because the cross members are the same, yes. That's the old one, this is the new one. The red one. It's not threaded, but they are identical, like the hulls. It's been a busy day. You're not gonna believe this. This is what I did. I had that motor and that cherry picker in that room. And I couldn't put the red vet in there and bring the maroon one here and put the motor, because I got that big ass table right there. And if I put the red vet right there, I couldn't put the table there. Mama's car's got to go there. So I swung that motor in here between these doors, which the cherry picker wouldn't fit. So what I did is I balanced it on, where is it at? See how it's, really? See how that's cockeyed? I balanced it on that, and an old tire in between the doorway, to the cherry picker, run around this side, push the vet out, and then put the cherry picker back on. Had to take the legs off because they're too long to lift it up. Anyway, blah, 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 I did it. And it's getting dark time. And anybody knows anything about a vet, you cannot come in from the front side to pull a motor, because from there to there is a long ways. It might not seem like it, but it is. So you have to take the tire off. That's the best way I could find, and come in through there. And I got to put that little jack on that transmission, because I kept them together. I thought I didn't have to take the distributor out, but I did. I had to. And then I had to take the bell covers off because these chains were going to take this. And I was in a hurry, and I was going to use some bullshit bolts, and I went and got some number 8 gray bolts. This is what happened when I hauled this vet home yesterday with a car dolly. I hate those. I hate a car dolly. You got those straps, anybody use a car dolly, you strap the front end down. The tires were going flat so quick that within 15 minutes, you see the tires flat? See the tires flat? The tires went flat within 15 minutes, and the straps came off, because there was no tension on it, because the straps wrapped around tires with air. You want to see how bad I wanted home yesterday? This is kind of crazy. And I was nervous. I'm just getting ready for winter. I want to be situated. This is the back tire. You think that's dry rot? Just a little bit. Just a little? Yeah. I made it home. I was going slow. The tires are just flat. That's why the straps came off. I'm gonna have to take, like I said, I'm gonna have to take the other haul and weld it in there. This is the fastest I ever did it. Pulled a motor out of one car and put it in the other. I think she looked damn good up in that motherfucker too. That's just my opinion. I've only burned up 8 minutes. That's how bad this thing is. You can tell, see, there ain't no jack on it. See, there's no jack. Or no stand or nothing. That's how much that fucking front end is cocked up. What do you figure that's probably, I don't know, 5 inches? Oh! And then I did notice this. Remember when I showed you that this was jacked back on an angle right there? I was right. See how it's straight? So she cocked the fiberglass inside. This is an ordeal I had because somebody wanted to put too much caulk in it. I don't know if the rear window was replaced or not. I had to use this conglomerate because this was up in here. Really? That was up in there like that. Okay, I couldn't get it out, and I didn't want to break it because it's fiberglass. And I needed it. And I couldn't reach back in there because somebody oozed stuff all back there and it was stuck and you couldn't get underneath it. So this is what I used. I couldn't reach back there, so I used a razor knife hooked onto vice grips. Was I swearing? Yeah, a lot I was swearing. I'm gonna say, anybody seen where I put my timer at? This didn't have a gas tank, or I must have sold it. I'm glad I undercoated the floor pans quite a few years ago. The only bad thing is it's kind of tight. It's like I said, as soon as I pull these rear ends tomorrow and go get the car dolly and pull that out, I'm bringing the chop right back to its own home. It was supposed to go down to my neighbor's house yesterday, and it didn't feel right. I don't know why. Didn't feel right. Maybe I could be wrong, but don't that windshield look cocked? But maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, stay focused on. I'm putting the chop back right there, and as soon as that'll be within 2 days, and then I'm going back to S10 truck and I'm gonna finish it. And that little square right there, that was there. I didn't do it. It's kind of hairy hanging this thing up over here, because you got to come into the side, and you don't want to put it way out at 1,000 pounds, man, because you get kind of tipsy. You know, oh, I know what the bad thing is. I still got to jack this up in the wintertime when I bring it in the garage, and I'll do it then. I'll borrow the engine hoist then too from my dad. The motor mounts come apart, they split. So I was debating to put the motor back down, but I just didn't want to hang it around, because you know when things are separated, they stay separated for a long time. So I want to get the hoist back. So I gotta jack it up in the winter in the garage, and I'm gonna put solid motor mounts on it. And at the same time, I gotta pull that suspension off. And then when I pull that suspension off, I'm gonna put a new oil pan on. Oh, Harlan Sharp roller rockers. And so you guys can see I don't bullshit. The W, that's for world heads. And let me see if it'll pick up. I'm sure maybe it will, maybe it won't. What kind of bolts do they say? ARP? Yeah, because I didn't want this motherfucker to ever come unglued. Yeah, I dropped a lot of money in this car. And now that the money's gone, I'm glad I did. I didn't really want to put this motor back in, because I wanted to spray the engine bay and stuff, and then it clicked in my mind. That's how it started with that maroon vet, the 4-year project. Because I started doing all these things I could, and I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna make this car nice. You know what I'm gonna do when I get this motor back in? Because as soon as I pull the rear ends tomorrow, I'm done working on this until the S10 truck's done. Then the vet's going in. Then by the time it'll be September, and it'll work on the house. I'm gonna spray bomb this black in here. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm not gonna get caught sidetracked into a 4-year project like that turned into. I'm learning. This car will be nice, but it will not be as detailed as that was. You know what I learned? It's nice. I'll do it on my Trans Am, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have all the A-arms all painted silver and everything. Nobody fucking sees them. But on my Trans Am I will. But I will pull, in the wintertime, I'll pull all these A-arms apart. Maybe you can see them. See the bushings? White old. Okay. Got a little tunnel down through here. Everything's new. Everything's been rebuilt. And I don't trust these to be in straight. I don't. And I don't know if I can get these washers out of here. I think it's a son of a We'll find out. Take one thing at a time. I will pull the power steering unit off, just in case. I will pull, once I pull the rear end out, like I repeat myself, I'm gonna pull the suspension off once I get it there. And then I will not sell this parts. Them quarters and this thing, anyway, I think it's worth big money. I looked it up. Even 1/4 of a Corvette fender, because you can't find this shit. Anyway, I will not even attempt to sell this until that is totally done, just so I don't shortchange myself on any parts. And when that's done, then next spring I guess that'll go up for sale. Because the parts I looked at, even though it's got that big rip right there, I understand. But you see this part of the quarter panel right now, right there, just a fourth of a quarter, they want $475 just for a fourth of it. Not even the back sail panel or whatever you want to call it. And that's aftermarket, and you know the shit don't fucking fit. I've done my share of fiberglass parts. And it gets so picky on Corvettes, just say this was the front fender, they will sell you just the top. Not even the side, nothing, man. Like 150 bucks, not shipping. Shipping's like another 75. And OEM is way better than any aftermarket part that I've ever owned. That's just my opinion. I'm pretty burned out. After I do this video, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start working on this. So I can bring the cherry picker back tomorrow. First thing I gotta do is put this camera down. I gotta clean this mess up because Mama's car's sitting out front and they don't belong out there. Words of wisdom. Wow, let me think. Slow your roll. Don't be in a rush. Because I was thinking today, I got a friend. I'm not going to say his name, but you guys won't even know him anyway. I like him a lot. Nice friend. Known for a long time. He was pulling a motor out. I think that was one of the reasons why I ran down and got the number 8 grade bolts. I had other bolts. But when those straps came off that vat, that could have been fucked up. When I fucked up the fender on the S10 truck, I didn't want to take no more chance. I wanted to slow down. Anyway, my friend was pulling a motor out years ago. I don't know if he had a lever or that's nice if you have transmission on it. But anyway, he didn't have a bolt, and I apparently didn't want to run out and get one. I wasn't there. He stuck a screwdriver in between the change, was holding it while someone was jacking it up. Somehow, someway, the screwdriver slipped, and he got his finger cut, and was gone. He walks around like that now. And that was going through my mind, and I'm glad it was, because I didn't want to take the time to go get the number 8 grade bolts. But then again, because I'm always in a hurry. I'm learning some days are better than others. I went and got the number 8 grade bolts because, you know, after something bad happens, like an accident, because you're going so fast, you're not paying attention. It's happened to me before. I think, damn, if I would have just had 3 seconds back in my life, and I would have redone it. Well, you can never get it. That's why I went and got the number 8 grade bolts, because I didn't want that $5,500 motor laying on the ground. Because I was too lazy, too impatient, too much in a hurry to go get a number 8 grade bolt. But anyway, this is my opinion. Take it for what it's worth to throw in the garbage. Piece of mind, piece of property, piece of oneself, piece of pussy, piece of something, motherfucker. And TCB. Go on and take care of your business in a flash.